Imagine stepping through a portal, not into the rugged frontier, but into the heart of imperial power. Venice, the jewel of Nova Roma. You are John Hayes, the man who tamed the Rhine, now navigating the treacherous, waterlogged politics of a city where every canal hides a secret and every gondola carries a spy. Welcome to Portal to Nova Roma, Venice, the next immersive, crunchy, and politically charged installment in J.R. Mathews' Portal Fantasy series. If you love political intrigue tropes, maritime logistics, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of outmaneuvering aristocrats with modern economics and Roman law, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in progression fantasy, blending the opulent decay of an ancient empire with the addictive dopamine hit of systemic growth. The narrative kicks off with John's arrival in Venice, a city built on stilts and secrets, where the Doge rules with an iron fist wrapped in velvet gloves. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of salt and spices, the lap of water against stone, and the creeping dread of knowing that a wrong word at a banquet could lead to a quiet disappearance in the lagoon. Mathews excels at making the political progression feel incredibly grounded and rewarding, turning every trade agreement, every diplomatic maneuver, and every social victory feel like a massive, hard-earned step towards securing influence in the capital. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular court intrigue trope and the brilliant economic warfare dynamic. This isn't just about building aqueducts, it's about controlling the flow of gold, manipulating market prices, and using modern financial instruments to outperform neighbors who rely on bribery and blood. Watching John reverse engineer Venetian politics to his advantage, forge alliances with merchants and spies, and completely shock arrogant patricians with his sudden, inexplicable mastery of global trade is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the world building to life, making the splash of oars, the whisper of conspiracies, and the satisfied sigh of a successful negotiation feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular logistics and the historical mechanics, the soul of Portal to Nova Roma lies in its characters and the heavy burden of adaptation. John isn't just a genius engineer, he is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of changing a culture that has stood for millennia. He quickly forms bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of locals, spies, and fellow travelers who help him navigate the treacherous waters of imperial politics. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as his friends watch him casually explain double-entry bookkeeping to a bewildered merchant prince. Their unbreakable trust in him provides the emotional grounding needed when the Empire starts throwing literal magical threats his way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A coordinated political coup threatens to overthrow the Doge and plunge the Republic into chaos, forcing John to push his administrative and tactical abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of logistical brilliance, overwhelming economic pressure, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. John doesn't just survive the assault, he completely reshapes the political landscape of Venice, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of Roman law and modern finance to turn the enemy's ultimate plot into a mere footnote in imperial history. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous weapon in any era isn't steel, it's leverage. Portal to Nova Roma, Venice, is a triumph of the portal fantasy and kingdom-building genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. J.R. Mathews has crafted a sequel that perfectly captures the thrill of building an empire from the inside out with nothing but a backpack and a brain. Plug in your headphones, check your denarii, and join John. The empire is eternal, but his legacy is just beginning.